Who's going to take the blame on him? In the boardroom here, who's getting fired? Who's going to bear the brunt of the responsibility if indeed there is a shutdown of our government?
Well, if you say who gets fired, it always has to be the top. I mean, problems start from the top, and they have to get solved from the top, and the president's the leader, and he's got to get everybody in a room, and he's got to lead. You know, the interesting thing is in 25 years and 50 years and 100 years from now, when the government is, you know, they talk about the government shutdown, they're going to be talking about the President of the United States. Who was the president at that time? Mm-hmm. They're not going to be talking who the head of the House was, the head of the Senate, who's running things in Washington. So I really think the pressure is on the president.
Could happen. We'll see what happens. It's up to the Democrats.
If you were president, what would you do?
Well, very simply, you have to get everybody in a room. You have to be a leader. The president has to lead.
I really believe the Democrats want a shutdown to get off the subject of the tax cuts.
It's sort of like this. Someone goes into your house, takes your wife and children hostage, and then says, let's negotiate over the price of your house. You know, we could do the same thing on immigration. We believe strongly in immigration reform. We could say we're shutting down the government. We're not going to raise the debt ceiling until you pass immigration reform. It would be governmental chaos.
I know.
Now, Republican leaders in the House have offered a continuing resolution that doesn't address some of the most pressing issues that face our country. Instead, it just kicks the can down the road, CR after CR after CR. It doesn't provide the necessary protection for the dreamers.
First place, we believe that what we did was right. We did it for the right reasons. We did it for these kids here. They might not recognize that right now, but we really do believe that this was worth having the fight. We lost. That's it. You're absolutely right. And the folks who said we were going to lose turned out to be correct. I can't argue with that. But we do believe that what we were doing was for the right reasons, not doing it to hurt people.
We don't want this. We do not want a shutdown. But if Mr. Schumer insists on it, he is in a position to force this on the American people.
Well, I joined the American people in their disgust at what happened in terms of the shutdown of government. It's an unthinkable tactic to use in the political debate. It is wrong. So having nothing to do with protecting our dreamers or anything else, we will be opposing this continuing resolution. Because while they put the CHIP program in there, they do not put the accompanying provisions that make CHIP work.
They won't even talk about it. They literally just voted against working out a compromise. They seem completely opposed to negotiation or compromise. I'm looking for something that President Trump supports, and he's not yet indicated what measure he's willing to sign. As soon as we figure out what he is for, then I would be convinced that we were not just spinning our wheels going to this issue on the floor, but actually dealing with a bill that has a chance to become law.